call this play, they call this situation rats. my ancestors, my ancestors are the Astro. They call this place Rats State Tug. That's bad. It's one thing to get known in the world for things and you don't really care. But it's another thing with an Astro making jokes about you. I ain't even watch my face, y'all. There ain't nothing wrong with one of them priests again. They call it Rats State Tug. This is what I'm here to do. This is my job. I'm gonna have a good time doing it too. My job is to find, don't mind the blood on the wall, can't get it out. The blood out on the wall. A lot of stuff that happen in the house. They won't do nothing over in the house because I think cameras all in. I think it's like a government owned or something to torture people alive. Like, I ain't gonna say that's what they do now. Well, I'm the last one, but I'm saying it's like, I think this home was built to, that's why they won't change nothing, because they got other homes, they in good shape. This home, they put people in this home and they keep it like this. Everything in this home been like this since before I was born. After it burned down. It burned down one time. This home was burnt down and they rebuilt the home the same damn way. Exactly the same way. Weird stuff. Like, instead, they could have built it any other way. I know because when I was young, the person who built it was still alive, and they said, we don't know why he chose to, talking about my pop, we don't know why he chose to build it the same exact way. So they built the same exact way. So, but it been like this since I was a child, though. When it got burned down, I was a child. I was still a baby. I couldn't even walk yet, I don't think. They built the same way. So, with that being said, a lot of stuff done happened at home. Guns, people shooting at each other, people fighting, so they bleed. All kind of evil stuff done happened in this house. Thankfully, I cleansed it out, though. When I realized I was going to be stuck, I cleansed the house out myself. It was a crack house, it was all kind of shit. Everything, thank God, anything, thank God. Everything but a rape house wasn't that, no. I didn't even play that shit. But, it was everything else that the hood, like, you got these hoods, you got certain homes in the hood that could, it's like them, that could be used for certain things for the streets, This was mainly a party house, a street house, probably a sacrifice house, I'm sure. But it's something about this house. I ain't talking about like a haunted, I ain't worried about it. I understand demons, and I understand angels, I don't understand humans. But it's like, they said state tug, rat state tug. So it's like I'm in the situation where I gotta do this stuff to catch up to these people in the Astro. So they getting caught up in the Astro. It's like for me, I watch the stars. Not like that. I need to learn the stars. I don't really know astrology good like I need to. I'll probably be good at it though. I need to learn it while I'm in this situation. But and like I just gotta do certain things. They gotta keep me. I'm a war angel. So they keep me in these situations. Catch up the bad guys, war angel. I'm a war angel. And what would a war angel do? a triple op for God, right? So, but I think the test is actually a high vibrational spiritual test, though. You know, I think so. 'Cause you can find twin flames and stuff in this test, but I also think some crooked people like perverts involved. But it's the purpose. I think it's a healthy purpose. Catholic teens or something somewhere all in my energy. I don't know why I said it's Catholic teens or something. Anyway, I think it's a good tag though. I would use it. I don't know if it is or not, but me personally, I would use it to teach people in prison and everything. It's possible. You can do it this way. This way works. You find your twin flame. Now that wouldn't help prisoners. It should, but it wouldn't. But you find your twin flame soulmate because what it does on a spiritual level, you gonna filter out your DNA because you're not gonna be having sex with folks, of course. And I don't know what they do. I figure they got some kind of drainage or something for feces and stuff like that they take and use for other reasons. Like, these people do weird stuff with feces, but those people probably got a gift or something. It might be a gift. It seems nasty to us, but it might just be a gift. That's what I'm trying to say. A real high vibrational gift, believe it or not. I don't know, don't even practice, don't try it. But there's a lot we can learn with stuff like that if you was into it. You have to see it from a doctor perspective, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I know that's one of the ways you can find cancer real early in your system, you know, one of the physical ways. There's so much we can learn through all this, y'all. We can really learn from the bad guy. Like when you think they enemies, they could just be teaching you. And they might be enemies, but they teaching you as well. Like, what are they doing with it? You know what I'm saying? Why are they doing this? You know, stuff like that is a need to know basis. But you can find real lovers in this, because what you're gonna do on a spiritual level, you're gonna filter out all the. This ain't probably what they doing, but I'm telling you, this is what I found the use of it for. On a spiritual level, you can filter out because you ain't sleeping around, right? And you celibate. So people who celibate will probably most likely do these tests with ease, probably. Not me, I still wouldn't do it with ease because I programmed myself a long time ago not to just use myself to use the restroom. Because I already knew I was surrounded by a bunch of wickedness, you know. And I knew I was God's child somehow when I was early, bro. I ain't know somehow. I knew I was God's child by the curses that would boomerang back if I participated. You know, like, I was more of a curse to the people. I was more of a curse to the people than anything. And when the greatest gift I got, can I say it? The greatest gift I got is for people to steal from me. That's my flow. That's my flow. You steal from me, you take from me, and they ain't gonna listen. And by this time, they done been attacking me so much too late, so I can say it too. That's the goodness. That's how unique my gift is. It's gonna boomerang back, and it's gonna take out their family members, kids, or whatever, bro. It's gonna make them sick. The little things, sometimes the things that happen is so little they don't pay attention to, but it starts to gradually grow bigger and bigger. And you know what? I was just sitting here thinking about this today. I said, all angels got a unique gift. And I wished I'd have got to meet my tree so I could have learned their gifts more. But the ones who have kept attacking me, I'm starting to learn their gifts because they can't help it. They still the new energy. I'm starting to learn their gifts, and it's really unique. Like one of them can put you in hell for a few for while hell's energy, which is kind of cool, but it's scary at the same time for somebody who ain't familiar with hell. You know, it would for anybody normal, average person, it would probably destroy them and kill them. But one of them got a crazy energy, which is not crazy to me 'cause I know who your grandpa is. But another one, I think she can cipher energy. She can take energy, but which is sexy to me a little bit because I'm your opposite. So it's like, okay, you keep doing this if you want to. You know what I'm saying? I bring you closer to me, give it to me, baby. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. Mine don't work like that. Mine work like more like, okay, you take. That's why I say y'all, this book gonna be hot, bro. I'm just giving y'all bits and pieces to the point where you gonna realize this is the Holy Grail. We gotta get him out of here. We gotta get him out of here so we can get this damn book done. Cause he ain't gonna write it. He ain't gonna give us enough information on it. And we gotta get this out of here, you know. Cause it's in my heart and ain't in my mind. So you ain't gonna be able to jack it. You probably got some chip in me now, but you ain't gonna be able to jack it because it's in my heart, not in my mind. And so it's a lot to be done and said about it. I'm holding it back, actually. I hold a lot back. That's why I tell y'all put certain stuff with anime, because it be flowing, but I stop it. My gift, I just didn't realize it till 2018, you know. My gift is more like you cipher. You say, I just get great at this stuff. Like, whatever the modern time is indebted to into when it comes to celebrity status stuff. What's the trend? I become great at it, and then you just start taking it, stealing. And my energy, what it's gonna do is you can get rich. Some people get rich, wealth, all kind of stuff. But what it's gonna do is you're gonna have a fallback. My ancestors gonna give you so long to pay, and I got this thing called rent. We all do, floats do. Once you take so much, my ancestors gonna cut you off, and then God gonna be like, okay, pay rent. You know, because you didn't give nothing. And then they're going to see you trying to cut somebody off and move on. You done stole what you started trying to tell folks who the first new energy that came in here to steal something. She fucked around, put her whole family in, and everybody stuck in it now. She can't get out of it. You know what I'm telling you? She cracked jokes around her mouth, but she ain't winning. You can't be winning looking like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't be winning. I'm talking about looking like that in every aspect of life. Like, yeah, you gotta look beyond the money, but something is off. I know what's off. Something off about you physically, something off about you mentally, something off about you around your atmosphere. Everything is off. You getting the money, but it ain't. And you trying to bully, you trying to act cool because you got the money, but something is off about you. So it's tearing you down. We call that decomposing. So it start decomposing. But this is a beautiful thing because, like my twin is the only one, which is kind of cute, is the only one who ain't getting these symptoms because we the opposite of one another, which is making us more attracted to each other. You know what I'm saying? Which is a beautiful thing. So it's kind of cool, kind of sexy. And it's basically, without even trying, it's like you see the world going around us, and it's calling us closer together. And you know, we done try to pull apart. I can feel it. She done tried a few times, but we keep coming back together, y'all. I'm finna change my network though today, y'all. I got to, cause they said earlier, my ancestor said it's a ritual. They keep doing technical ritual technology. I don't want to, y'all, but I was waiting on my ancestors to give me a cue. technical ritual they can't stop. I think it's too bad. You know how when technology, when people do too much, it just get too bad. So I'm gonna try. Probably not gonna be able to, but I'm gonna try to put something out. If I make a site first, before I swap up everything, but normally it's easy to swap up everything when that network gets swapped up, which won't give me the time to tell everybody my new site. I might start a whole new site though, again. But it's this disemboweled bucket they got, bro. It ain't, we can keep pointing out the people all we want to, but this is what happened when somebody unalive you and sell you to governments, sell you to what they call it, government experiments, stuff like that. It ain't really much you can do about it. Only person who can fix it is God. But what God trying to show people is my unique gift. It's kind of cool. Because you're going to keep on taking shit. You're going to keep getting sick. And things going to keep happening in the atmosphere. You're going to tap the whole world. Because if I saw something in the ancient texts, a book. I don't know why they doing it. Because they higher ups don't warn them, bro. Like, you can't just throw somebody. And I heard somebody from my state say, well, he ain't the right color. You a fucking loser. And they need to get your ass out of there because you're a narcissist. You done went crazy, bro. Because if the high up done told you you can't put a high priest or high priestess in this situation, they basically warned you, it don't matter about the color, loser. But since you so low vibrational and uneducational, you finna sacrifice the whole world for being ignorant. You need to get out. Nobody, I'm telling y'all racist folk, we all people and human beings. Get out of that when it comes to a certain vibrational frequency level, you gotta move them losers out the way. You know what I'm saying? You watch the real ones, sit back and watch them. Okay, you gonna be racist, you gonna be about color all the way to the depths of the world? Are you crazy? Like I said about the little soldier thing, y'all gotta move them losers out the way forcefully. That's what I'm saying. It's good and bad in everything. Higher ups, wealthy, rich, poor. We gotta cleanse our own area. You know what I'm saying? Everybody looking for somebody down here at the black. You gonna come with war, go to war. You got all the guns. We got all this. There ain't gonna be no war, bro. You're gonna kill yourself. This is how it is in the game, bro. This is how it is in the streets, in the slum. When it's how it is in gang members, bro. When people get too irate and they get to doing too much, your own people gotta cleanse your area, bro. Your own people gotta take care of this problem. You know, fix this, make a resolution. Because this right here is out of control. That right there, whoever this person is irate, is acting crazy. Like, let's say, let me give you an example in the slum, in the hood, you got these real, it's a real group, it's a real gang, it's a high vibrational gang member, high frequency gang member. But in one of these, it's a powerhouse hardhead, and they like to go around rape women, just love it. And then nobody know about it because everybody was scared of them, so they didn't want to tell everybody. But then everybody found out. Well, we had to take care, we had to eradicate the problem, bro. You don't let nobody, I'm telling y'all world out there, when it's time to stand up and be a man and a woman, you gotta stand. When it's time to be a man, a real man or a real woman, one of the easiest times to do that is when somebody is trying to sacrifice our planet. Facts. Facts. That's when you gotta stand up for your. It seems like the day I'm noticing about people, no matter who we are, celebrity, rock star, no matter who we are, it seems like nobody knows when they're supposed to stand up for themselves. It's when I don't know when you're supposed to do it for yourself. I know when I'm supposed to do it for myself, but I do know when we're supposed to do it as a whole, period. And that's when someone trying to sacrifice the planet. And let me tell you something. Sacrificing these chosen ones, putting them in bottles and disemboweling them and all that, that don't sound like what you're supposed to be doing with them when it comes to Revelation. That sound like playing God in Revelation. And in Revelation, it says when you start to play God, I'm coming. And that's what they doing. Somebody cracking seals. And y'all better stop them. They probably on their second or third seal. Because I heard a chosen one, I don't know how true it is, but a storm came during that time, about 2018, 2017. I heard they murdered one just to see what happened. They got one, kidnapped them, and murdered one. They were taking them to lakes and stuff. They took me to a lake. They took me to a lake. They had this girl, bro, that made me celibate for a long time. Got this little chicken head to take me to a lake. I throwed her ass out the car. Well, no, I told her ass to get out of my damn car when I realized she would take me to the lake. It was like 1 in the morning. Cops flying down there and everything. I said, get out of my car. And she was like, what you mean? You just doing all that crazy stuff like she was sexy. I said, you don't get out of my car, I'm going to force you out of my car. I'm going to throw your ass in them bushes over there. And she said, well, I'm going back with you then. And we went back home, bro. Real shit, bro. I'm like, I knew the way to the lake, but she gonna take me all the way down through another way, which she didn't know I knew about it. And it was in a dark, it was somewhere where you could kill somebody and get away with it, basically. And it was a lake that I normally go to. She just didn't know it. And she said, yeah, this. I said, get out my car, because I don't play that, bro. Because I was a leader in the street, and I had to deal with men who would do good leaders, good king, good, you know, plugs and everything. But when it comes to a woman, they fold like beach chairs. And I used to have to checkmate them because these darn women to do some old crazy stuff and make them do something sideways and they can look like us, but they working for the oppressor. And I told her, get out my car before I grab your face and throw you in them bushes over there. And then she this is when I have to get aggressive with these women, bro. Because it get to the point of these damn women trying to kill me, bro. And I got sick of that shit, bro. That's how I knew my family was hiring people to try to kill me or something, man. And I said, this shit getting on my nerves, bro, at this point. But, and then what else they do in these little games? They get people to talk about people around you and see if you respond. You better just hit that yeah button on it. And then they'll try to, sometimes even with the yeah button, they'll try to accuse you. Somebody try to accuse me. I said, but I said, for you to know that, you must know it's cameras around me like I know it's cameras around me. But go back and look and observe them cameras. I said, well, go back and look and observe them cameras a little bit more then. And when you go back and observe them cameras, you're going to see I ain't the one talking. I'm just hitting the yeah button on it. I've been going through this 40 years. I didn't know, I keep telling folks, I didn't know I was going through this till 2020 thanks to terror. But I've been going through this my whole life. Somebody kept resetting me and re-looping. I've been in loops. I've been stuck in this damn house, bro. Ain't nobody did nothing for me and gave me nothing, bro. They always disemboweled me and took my idea since I was a baby, bro. I realized I started coming up with brilliant creativity stuff when I was young. By the time I started simplifying myself when I got into real estate. And then even in real estate, they was copying me. They was copying me in real estate, and I caught my sister doing that. She would give it to her husband, siblings and stuff. This all you gotta do, honey. And they IQ level gets so damn low. It got to the point where I had to say something. It was like they was on bended knee waiting on me to say something, bro. And I just got quiet. I just stayed with myself. That's when I got stuck in this house permanently by myself. Like real shit. I just knew. That's when I realized it was a gift and a curse, because I realized they didn't mean to even go this far, but something got them stuck, and their asses. And now that I see it on the spiritual, all these people, the whites, the blacks, anybody who got anything to do with you, the foreign people with them damn phones, with them foreign phones, overseas phones and stuff like that. That's why y'all saying, don't come over here. Y'all got them little YouTubes up. Don't come over here with that lie, no, because y'all over there stealing. Anyway, y'all getting on this float over here. I'm telling y'all, these floats ain't just for America. Y'all got them over there too, because y'all got chosen ones. You can't do no chosen. A chosen one, putting a chosen one in a bottle is way more detrimental. I mean, way more, it's far more worse than putting a high priest or high priestess in a bottle. So when I tell y'all you shouldn't put a high priest or high priestess in a bottle, I'm telling you about your own rules that you already done violated. And it was reason that your forefathers didn't do that. But since you want to be a powerhouse narcissist overhead, then you said I'm not only gonna do high priestess, but I'm gonna put the chosen ones in there, and we're gonna turn you upside down like a top, and that's what's going on. And you just spinning on your head, looking like a butter, you know what I'm saying, looking like a bobblehead, upside down bobblehead. And now your whole empire, your whole corporation, everybody going down. You know what I'm saying? Storms everywhere. Wars is starting to. The spiritual wars already going on in the spiritual. Our job is to stop it in the physical, help stop it or prevent it in the physical. But see, y'all egging it on. You going on here fueling the fire. But guess what? It's only a matter of time for it to get right here to the physical. Everything else from the spiritual manifested in the physical. Why not a good war? Loser. If I couldn't create no idea no more, I'd stop sinning. But I know my heart's seared anyway. Because for you to be in a position like that, you must have once have been creative. You must have once have been a good person. You must have at once upon a time, you must have been great at something. So for you to be completely still in there and gotta have cameras in people's house to record and all that extra shit to do whatever gift you got, then your heart's seared. And if your heart's seared, and this is rapture time, because for all these floats to be woken up, this gotta be a rapture, obviously. Because I know the Noah Ark is here in the astro. So if for all these floats to be woke, they're woke around the whole world. Y'all asses is being raptured. Why you think so many people? Why I said that too. I said your soul gone if you doing the same thing over and over again and not realizing it. Your soul gone. No, that ain't it at all. It ain't that your soul gone. It's that it's a rapture. And that's what I heard in the astro that I'm scared to tell the people. And I know not to tell the people what I heard in the astro not too long ago. That's what it is. I thought it was too many people with seared hearts. That ain't what it is. It's rapture. A lot of people are already going on these ships. Some of these ships go to heaven, some of these ships go to hell. Straight up. And they call floats over there. So basically when you hear about a float, y'all probably hearing about it like a rug or something somebody on. Nah, more like an ark. So when you see the heart ark, you know, when I say, I already told you, heart ark, Hades ark, okay? Hypocritical ark, you know what I'm saying? Rebellious people ark, you know what I'm saying? Them arcs, and everybody getting on there. That's why everybody's starting to act so dense. All right, now how can you tell everybody acting dense when they start getting comfortable in their everyday routine? Just that simple. Facts. When they start getting comfortable in their everyday routine. And then they gotta steal. It's teenagers stealing from me in this disemboweled bucket, y'all. Teenagers? When have you ever seen a teenager not be creative? It's teenagers stealing. Yeah, teenagers like trendsetting, they do that. But these teenagers need it. They already done racked up $1 million. They need it. I ain't never seen no teenager like that. I'm creative, but I ain't doing it like that. I'm holding too much back. I'm holding enough back to know that creativity, a teenager should be able to be more creative than that. I know that for a fact, no matter who they are. I done looked at YouTube back in the day when I had a normal YouTube and seen that. Something going on now. It's because these floats and these art, which is really arts. Remember now, I call them float, and you looking at it like somebody just walking on the shoulders of a giant. They're more like arts floating in the air, you don't see them. If people, I'm pretty sure if astronomy start looking at the astro again like they was probably, 10 years ago, they probably gonna start seeing a little different stuff up there now. There's some shit going on, y'all. There's some shit going on. And certain people know it. Somebody screwed up bad. Somebody had a powerhouse, you got a lot of money. It ain't nobody black, can't be, ain't no way in the hell. It's somebody with a lot of money. I mean, it's a trillionaire somewhere. And somebody got their head, somebody's head is blown all the way up. And they just didn't, and they thought they could just run power over everybody. And they did. And they screwed up and hit a brick wall. Like facts, bro. yeah, that's what's on the wall though, y'all. You gotta excuse the wall when I'm in here. I don't feel like going in my room right now. Cause it's an energy shift when you go in my room. It's good though. But I like to absorb energy. But anyway, that's what I was saying. That's what I do. So when they attack me, that's my job. To be attacked. That's why I'm so calm. I'm doing when this is going on, I know I'm doing what my father built me to do. My gift. Nothing works out. Once you done draining me for everything I got, and the only thing you're gonna tell me is that you ain't did it, and when you gonna leave, you have da 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 da, and my ancestors gonna realize you ain't me, and they're gonna tear your ass apart. And you just gonna be you ain't gonna realize it sometimes. You're just gonna be under sin arrest, spiritual arrest, and that's when you're arrested by your whores. You're gonna be arrested by your sin. Whatever you sin, then you're gonna be arrested, and and see how it look on these ships. In my eyes, let me show you how these floats look with my eyes. Y'all chained up like this, like how the slaves was going into the how y'all putting slaves on the boat. That's how all y'all souls is chained up, getting on these boats. I told y'all the Libra scale is here. I'm telling you, you ain't gotta take my word for it. Go find it. If all the conduits didn't get caught up in this camera crap, then some of y'all still should be vibrating really high. Go ask them. If they hear about a float, go ask them if they hearing about a float or Noah in the astro. That should be a simple sign for everybody to start pumping these brakes.